Good afternoon, Knicks Nation. Today is Sunday, the 7th day of January, 2024. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I hope your weekend is safe and healthy, that you and your family is safe and healthy, that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are out here saving lives. Blessings upon those that pick up garbage for us to keep our streets, our villages, our sidewalks clean and disease-free, and those that make deliveries of things such as food, water, and mail for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children who are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People who are also the victims of pornography, child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those who profit from these things. And double curses on the perverts that create this heinous and nasty industry. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. While we're here chilling, nearly 600,000 men, women, and children, and increasingly senior citizens don't have a roof over their head, living in the streets, living in the cars, living in the vans, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings, double blessings on them, for theirs is the kingdom. Well, brethren, what a week. Hey, greetings, Sister Margaret Edwards, Brother Joe Curry, Organic Fanatics Show, Josh Snyder. Greetings, Anthony Billis, my brother B Dash, Gabriel Fonseca. Greetings, Chauncey Beckett. Greetings, James E. Moore, Kabar Dobbins. Greetings, my brother 289, G. Gustino, J. Sniper. Greetings, Charlotte. Greetings, Maverick. Greetings, my brother Webb. Greetings, P. Style, A.C. Canty, Sister Felicia Lee. Greetings. Greetings, Roberto Menendez. Greetings, my toast. Greetings, my brother Superstar. Greetings, Knicks will be 26 NBA champ. Like that energy. Greetings, Man Cohen. Greetings, Jabroni Z. Greetings, D977. My brother, the big man, Senior Beef. Greetings, Jim Ardino. Greetings, Luigi. Greetings to all of you, Dwight Young, Chris Chow, Jam Sessions. Welcome and greetings to all of you. Yes. So, interesting week. Interesting week. Knicks make a big trade a week ago. Send RJ Barrett, IQ out, get Anunoby, Precious Achua, Malachi Flynn in. Major trade, I would say, because of its effect. If you recall, I told you at the time I was expecting this to happen in the summer, not expecting it to happen mid-season. It makes perfect sense. Hi, Miss Stevenson, how you doing? It makes perfect sense because IQ did not sign an extension. He was betting on himself. IQ was going to get his money one way or the other. And I told y'all many times there was a number of teams that wanted him to be their starting point guard. So the Knicks killed two birds with one stone. They send IQ to a team where he's immediately a starter. They send RJ to a team that fits better for him than the New York Knicks. It was never a good fit with RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. And it seemed to get a little worse when they added Jalen Brunson. So now RJ is playing with Siakam. RJ is playing with IQ, who he was already playing with in the second unit in New York. And, of course, he's playing with Scotty Barnes. These players fit better, more spacing for RJ. And so RJ is a better situation. IQ is in the better situation. He's going to get his money in Toronto, better situation. Meanwhile, in New York, you end up with an OG Anunoby, an all-NBA defender, number one. That right there is an upgrade from RJ. We were all hoping for the next step for RJ, and he started to make it, actually. But still, he is not OG Anunoby right now, especially on the defensive end. He is not OG Anunoby, who shoots better than 40% from both corners. He is not OG Anunoby with the 7'2" wingspan. He's not. So OG comes in, and the ball movement immediately improves. Defense immediately improves. And it seems like what we have seen with that aspect is a aligning of the stars, so to speak. Because as it turns out, the more minutes Isaiah Hartenstein gets, the better he gets. Have y'all noticed that? The more minutes Isaiah Hartenstein gets, the better he gets. And then you end up with him, and you got cutters like OG who know how to finish at the rim. And all of a sudden, the offense starts to click. And of course, we already knew that Hartenstein was tough hombre. We already knew that. Boy, only 24, And we knew he was a tough hombre. Not as athletic as Mitchell, but we knew he was a tough hombre. But at the time now we get OG, we get Hartenstein stopping people like Embiid at the rim. Oh, my gosh. So the defense went up several notches. The offense went up several notches. The spacing, the assists. And then, so, unfortunately in Knicks Nation, there's some sick mofos that got to come up with something negative all the time. And what it is really, it's like a parakeet. A parakeet is a type of a bird that will listen to somebody chirp and then just repeat what they're hearing, right? That's a parakeet. You got a lot of parakeets, unfortunately, in Knicks Nation because they're listening to these people. By the time they have won 2 straight with OG, right? The time they have won 2 straight, people talking, what about the bench? Oh, my God, they have nothing. Tom Thibodeau has nothing on the bench. We need a bench later. And so we started seeing all of these comments. We got to get to Deonte Murray. We got to get to Deonte Murray. Huh? Thank you, Cherokee India, my brother. Cherokee India, had the pleasure of having dinner with him. Hartenstein, thanks for the $2. So I told y'all, every time you talk about a Dejounte Murray or you start running your mouth about a daggone Brogdon, what you are really doing is dissing Grimes and dissing Deuce. And I had some people talking about they ain't shown nothing. And I explained to them what I'm getting ready to explain to you. Okay? Let me explain to you. A guy can't play consistently good if you're giving him 5 minutes one night and 1 minute the next night. Nobody can. Okay? Nobody can. So when you saw IQ develop over his 3 years plus with New York, what you also saw with IQ is a consistent 20 minutes a night. Am I lying? Oh, IQ wasn't getting 2 minutes one night and 22 minutes another night. Every night he knew before he suited up, he was going to get 20 minutes. Sometimes he was going to get 30 minutes, but he knew he was going to get at least 20 minutes. When Deuce suits up, he don't know if he's going to play 5 minutes or he's going to play 15 minutes or what he's going to play. And y'all tripping. I ain't seen nothing. You know what? You need a pair of these. I've been telling y'all the boy could play from the time he come out of West Virginia. Same with Grimes. I'm telling y'all. So now you got Donte DiVincenzo. And before the trade, right? Before the trade, thanks for the $5, $21.89. Time is running out to get substantial return. It hurts to get IQ go, but we are getting return. Moreover, Deuce and iHeart unlocking. That's right. Kendall, thanks for the $2. Look, before the trade, Donte was starting to find his stroke. Even before the trade, y'all know that he was starting to find his stroke. Okay, but since the trade, Dante's been unleashed. Now, look here. It's a similar situation to what I told you about RJ and Jimmy Butler in that. I told you RJ is Jimmy Butler 2.0, but it's going to take a couple of seasons, like maybe when he's 25. Okay? Jimmy Butler didn't become the Jimmy Butler that you know till he was about 24, 25. Most people don't understand that. Okay, Jimmy Butler didn't become the great Jimmy Butler till he's about 24, 25. RJ is now what, 23, right? So you got to give him a little time. I think he'll get there. And I told you that OG is ready now. See, you ain't got to wait 2 years for OG. OG is 26. OG's ready right now. See, he's ready to step in with RJ's going to be OG. OG already is. Well, brethren, that's the similar thing with Grimes. Okay, what you're seeing from DiVincenzo is what you're going to see from Grimes on a higher level. You got to give Grimes some time. Stop tripping. Stop be ready to trade the first pretty girl you see. Oh, Deonte Murray, we got to trade Grimes. That is so disloyal. That is so disloyal. It is so against the culture that the Knicks have bit. It is so Stephen A. Smith-like. I just get sick seeing it. Which is why some of y'all was getting the cold shoulder when you came with that BS. Capital B, capital S. Now, here come Friday. Sixers. I had at least 2 people come on my channel Friday talking about there's no way the Knicks are going to beat the Sixers. Now, look here. Even Tom Thibodeau said this after the game yesterday. What did Tom Thibodeau say, which is what I always tell you? He said, this is the league. Great. He didn't quite say it like that, but he said, this is the NBA. He said, you cannot get to this level unless you're a great player. And he said, on any given night, any team can beat any team. Hey, listen, don't I always tell y'all that? This is the league. There ain't no such thing as an automatic win. Any team on any given night can beat any team. Okay? That could happen. So you don't take something like this for granted. You playing whoever. So Philly all of a sudden, oh, there's no way you could beat Philly. Oh, Embiid's going to get Hartenstein in trouble. What happened, baby? What happened? A 36-point blowout is what happened. You know why it happened? Look. Not only did it happen in Philly, right? Not only that, we know Juju only had 8 points. And this is not a time to be crapping on Juju, but I just want to illustrate something. Juju had 8 points, so why did we blow them out? Grimes had 19. Deuce had 15. That's why. See? That's why. You have 49 points coming off the bench. That's why. You understand why we don't want to trade Grimes and Deuce? Some people, well, they just signed Deuce. Now we can trade him. What is wrong with Knicks Nation? It's like y'all are gamblaholics and you get $5 in your pocket and you can't wait to get to the next crap table. You don't just trade stuff like that. You develop it. And so now you just used your bench. And look, Philly's bench is chock full of veterans. You got Beverly. You got Obie, right? They got veteran bench now. You got up-and-coming Paul Reed. You got a veteran bench. And Deuce and Grimes ate them brothers alive on Friday night in Philly. Spanked them in front of their own home crowd in Philly. Don't tell me the Knicks can't play with Philly in the 7-game series. I don't want to hear it. The Knicks could play with Philly. They could play with Boston. They could play with Milwaukee in the 7-game series. I'm not trying to hear that. And they don't need to make any more trades. We good. You understand? We good. And I'm hearing some knucklehead, and some of these dudes be on like SNY and be in like, MSG. And I'll be like, where did they dig up these idiots? Like, what institution did they take them out of for the day? Because one dude talk about, well, they had the same old team. They weren't going to go anywhere. It's like somebody never heard of continuity before or understand the power of continuity. Continuity is powerful. When you get dudes that's growing together and they're learning to play together, they're going to get better. And I told y'all last year, with a healthy Mitch Rob and with RJ developing, which we was going to get anyway, we a 50-win team. That's right. Now we done lost Mitch Rob. Thanks for the $5. 28.29 OG is polished, but fan seasons ago were ready to overpay. Didn't help slander RJ. Timing is everything. Crucial to keep massage selling snake oil. Right. Very good. Very good. Somebody gets it. Look, the team we now have, assuming, God forbid, nobody gets hurt like OG or Hartenstein, especially, we can win 50 games. We still could win 50 games. Look good. Look here. Now I'm starting to hear Bill Pito, the plane dude, talking about, the Knicks had the hardest schedule in the first half of the season. It's like now people starting to see that. I've been telling y'all that. The Knicks had the hardest schedule, the early season schedule, not the whole season, but the early season schedule. They played like 8 back-to-back, some crazy number of back-to-backs. And so we were saying, and then if you recall, coming into December, they had 9 away games and 3 or 4 home games, and they had like 4 back-to-back. And I said, if they could come out of here anything close to 500, we're gonna be okay. Well, look what they did, man. Look this right here. Here we are, 36 games into the season. How many of these fools was talking about 21 and 15? 21 and 15. Huh? 21 and 15. That's what they are right now. 21 and 15, y'all. And let me tell you something. Miami and Orlando are now going through the hard part of their schedule. Miami's got a whole bunch of back-to-backs come March, a whole bunch of them. And Orlando is now starting to play more than just Washington and Detroit. They're playing some contenders now. So now we're going to see what everybody's made of. At the time, the Knicks have already been through that. Okay, Dio, thanks for the $2. Sorry about interrupting from the Bible study. No, I know you was excited, man. I said, no, this world dog excited, man. Rosa Reed, Knicks made Sixers eat hard. That's they did. 50 burgers, you want fries? That's right. That's right, 21.89. So I'm liking that energy. So we talking 50 burger again. I wasn't sure because I was telling y'all 50 based on a healthy Mitchell Robinson, which I think we can all agree before he got hurt, Mitch Rob was well on his way to, all NBA defense. I think we was all, you could see that. But I wasn't sure how Hartenstein was going to respond. I thought the boy was good. I knew he could hustle. I knew he was a diver on the floor. I knew he was a roughneck. I knew that. But it was the addition of him with OG. Brother all of a sudden get, what he got? 20 rebounds, then 17 rebounds, then 19 rebounds. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, y'all. And man, I'm telling you, this is going to be rough. It's now the only problem I got, which I'm sure some of y'all got, and I don't want to sound like I'm whining because I'm not. I'm just observing this. Thibs is playing his starters a little too much in my view. He's playing his starters a little too much. He's got a dynamic bench. He doesn't need to change it that much, but I think that Grimes and Deuce, they need about 5 more minutes. I think they should give him about 5 more minutes. And we're not talking about a drastic change. I'm saying give him about 5 more minutes on the floor, and then keep everything else the same. So you got he's overplaying his starters, and we know Thibs. I mean, none of us are ignorant of Tom Thibodeau. He does that. Okay, that's one of his faux pas. We know that he's been doing that. He's not changed anything, but I would like to see, and he even admitted, I think it was last week, he said, we got to get Deuce going. And he's right. Did you know, did y'all see the thumbnail? Did you see Deuce on that follow-up, though? Oh, shoot. Did you see Deuce on the follow-up, though? But I don't like Julius in the second unit with them. I don't like Julius in the second unit with them. I'd rather Hartenstein and OG in the second unit. And you know why? And I'm telling you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because when Ju is in the second unit, Deuce stops shooting. Did you notice that? When Ju's in the second unit, Deuce defers to Ju and he stops shooting. And then Ju will hold the ball, in the second unit, he'll hold the ball for like 10 seconds and nobody else gets involved. So he's messing up the whole second unit flow, in my view. I don't know if y'all seen that, but he's messing up the second unit flow. Yes, he gets his numbers. I'm not saying nothing about, we don't need to play Juju, but I'm saying if you're talking about second unit now, I'm saying Hartenstein, Precious, Hart, Grimes, and Deuce. You should run that second unit, okay? You should run that second unit and let it flow, man. Hartenstein is dynamic. Well, you see, Hartenstein was already dynamic, in the second unit before the trade. He was second unit before Mitch Rob got hurt. He was already dynamic. I mean, the cat sees the floor on a high level. Like, I don't want to put the name Joker out there because he ain't Joker now, okay? Joker is an all-time type talent. But he sees the floor extremely well. He sees the floor extremely well. He can hit you on a backdoor in a minute, right? And of course he's gonna dive on the floor for the loose ball. We in good shape, though. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Don't be like these short-sighted knuckleheads that's sleeping on Precious. I'm gonna tell you now. I mean, I saw it. I saw some of you idiots out there. Yeah, Ross said he's gonna be the second coming of Oakland. I still say that. I still say that. You got to give him time. He's 24. Okay, he's playing for Tom Thibodeau. Okay, got to give him some time. Precious, when he gets comfortable. This is the exciting thing about it. They're not even on all cylinders yet. They're not even running on all cylinders yet. Y'all see, they're not even running on all cylinders yet. And remember, we talked about this before the Friday game. Russell Reed, thanks for the $5. What about Deuce Grimes, Achua, and Sims? No, Sims is out. That's the thing. I feel bad about Jericho. But as soon as they got pressure, I told y'all Sims was the odd man out. I told you that. As soon as they got Jericho. And the reason is because Deuce moved up into the rotation as soon as IQ was out. Deuce is in the rotation. It's only a 9-man rotation. Some of y'all need to remember that. It's not Tom ain't never gonna play 10. It's always a 9 or less. That's Tom Thibodeau. So don't, it's gonna be that way. So you got Precious now, and then iHeart ain't losing no minutes. And then of course you got Grimes. So that odd man out was gonna be Jericho. That was gonna be the odd man out. That's the problem. So you can't get Jericho in there. Eddie Alvarez, thanks for the $5. Afternoon, well, what people are failing to see is what too many young guys with talent, and we can't pay them all. Deuce and Grimes time. That's right. That's exactly right. And wait, so let's think about this Deonte Murray thing for a second. Okay, Dejounte's making $18 million right now, and of course, all of y'all know they can send Fournier over there and get him. But you know what? Atlanta's not taking Fournier for Deonte Murray, right? I'm not saying they're gonna get 3 number ones that somebody else ready to give away. I'm glad some of y'all ain't GM, but he's worth more than Evan Fournier, right? So you're talking about Grimes. Problem is, DeJounte's new deal kicks in. I think it kicks in next year. And DeJounte's now talking about what, 30 million a year? Is that what we're talking about with DeJounte now? So you're talking about 30 million. And you got Grimes right now on a rookie deal. Okay, you got Grimes on a rookie deal. And you locked up Dante $48 million over 4 years, and the 4th year is a team option. Is it 25, Frank? Okay, 25. Give him 25. But still, why would you trade a kid on a rookie deal? And then you got Dante on $12 million. So Dante and Grimes together don't make what Dejounte Murray makes. And you're going to get just as effective, as you can see, you're going to get just as effective production from those two dudes. Why would you do that? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Why would you do that? Not only that, you drafted Quentin Grimes. You're developing Quentin Grimes. Why the hell are you talking about Deonte Murray? That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all, Fournier, his contract is going to expire. So all he's worth to the Knicks, which y'all don't understand, he's not worth a player. Let me just say it again. Fournier is not worth a player. Why do I say that? Again, let us remember, this is a 9-man rotation. So you got OG starting. So there's your 5. It's JB, Dante, OG, Juju, and now you got Hartenstein. That's your 5. Your 4-man on the bench is Precious, Hart, Grimes, and Deuce. If you're going to get a Brogdon, if you're going to get a Dejounte Murray, you must move one of those guys or he won't play. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Okay? That ain't happening. Okay? That ain't happening. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Stop tripping. None of them cats are coming. They don't need to remove anybody else from the rotation. Deuce, and not only that, Deuce has earned his shot. He has been patient for 3 years. He has earned his shot. What's wrong with some of you? Well, this is business. It's only business when your NBA 2K numbers say it is. Shit. Deuce has earned his chance, man. Deuce has earned his shot, and he should get his shot. And we talking about now, even if, let me just to appease some of y'all, even if they were looking at a trade at the deadline, right? Let me ask you all this. If you got Grimes and Deuce doing their thing during the month of January, right? Why would the Knicks mess with that? See, some of y'all still crying. I want Grimes to start over the Donte DiVincenzo. Listen, I'm Grimes high. I'm Grimes high from the time he was at Houston. Y'all know that. But I don't even want to mess with the starting five the way it is right now. Donte is balling. Don't mess with it. See, when something ain't broke, don't fix it. You hear me? When something ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave it. The Donte DiVincenzo is balling. Both sides of the basketball, defensively and offensively. He's balling. He's rebounding. Look, don't fix it. Leave it. Leave it alone. Okay? That's what you want. So Grimes going to get his opportunities in second unit with Deuce and just let them flow. Never mind the trade talk. Never mind. Just let them go. Let them go. Okay? Yeah. Flocka, mother Flocka, Lauri Markkanen. We good. Okay? Again, I asked the question, you dealing with Danny Ainge, the Ripper. Do you in your crazy ass mind think he just going to give you Lauri Markkanen? No, really. You think he just going to hand you Lauri Markkanen? You think he just going to say, here, take Lauri Markkanen for a number one? Is that what you think? What is wrong with some of y'all? And wait, in your crazy ass mind, do you really, really think Tom Thibodeau's going to let Joshua Hart go? Do you think so? What is wrong with some of y'all? Are you crazy? Some of y'all don't think at all. Some of y'all, I don't know what you're doing, but it ain't thinking. All right, it ain't thinking. No. Vincent Edmondson, man, you on the crackhead from the 2008 season. You still on the crack baby head from the 2008 season. Get some help with that drug problem, brother. Get some help with that drug problem. Okay? No, they're not going to do anything stupid like that. Wait, know what this fool said? Wait, did you see what this fool said? Grimes and 4 picks with Fournier. Lauri Markkanen is good now, but he ain't that good. He ain't that good. Y'all. See, what you show, it's like when you go and you negotiating for somebody, especially you dealing with the Ripper, you don't just throw all your cards on and say, listen, I'm going to give you 1 million picks. Please give us this player. You are begging. You are sounding desperate. I am so glad that the Don is not y'all. Hey, thank you for the $2. Lauri, both kidneys in the first point. Exactly. Russell Reed, thanks for the $5. Miles high on that putback. Yup. Teammates were impressed with Deuce jumping. Yup. They already know what he could do. They already know what he could do. Who's going to guard Porzingis? Are you ready for my answer? You ready? The doctor in the ambulance. Did you hear what I said? The doctor inside the ambulance is going to guard Kristaps Porzingis. That's who's going to guard him. The doctor with the crutches and the wheelchair in the ambulance, that's who's going to guard Kristaps Porzingis. Okay? Can we stop with this NBA 2K bullcrap? Who's going to guard Porzingis? What the hell? Who's Porzingis going to guard? That's the question you really should be asking. Who's he going to guard? You think he can guard Juju? You think he can? I'm telling you, he cannot. First of all, what you need to understand, sir, is you better hope Kristaps Porzingis is healthy for the playoffs. You better hope he's healthy for the playoffs. Dude be missing games like, shit. I mean, come on now. He's almost, I didn't think last year, I guess it was because he was playing for that new contract. But last year, KP played 65 games. And I was watching him. I said, damn, he played 65 games. If this brother plays 60 games this year, they got something, How I feel about Moses Moody? Isn't Moses Moody playing for the Golden State Warriors? Isn't he? Is Moses Moody playing for the Golden? He's on Golden State, right? Moses Moody? And him and the young boy. I think Golden State got a good player. For what, Luigi? Trading who? Again, let's remind y'all, we play a 9-man rotation. We're trying to get minutes for our 9-man rotation. And you saw what happened Friday when they got good minutes, didn't you? So why are you still discussing other players for a trade? We don't need a trade. We don't need to trade nobody for nobody. We need to let this team roll. A trade? What the hell? Y'all ain't catch the memo yet? We not trading nobody. Yeah. Moses Moody Booty. I don't care. I'm glad Golden State got him. He's a good player. Yeah. Moses Booty. Who cares? Moses Moody. What the hell? I don't give a crap about no Moses Moody, no Brogdon, no daggone. What else y'all talking about? DeJounte. The hell? You know what? We got a squad, y'all. Stop hating your own team. That's number one. Lesson number one, Knicks Nation. Love your team. Love your... Oh, that's right, Senior B. Damn. ESPN said we're going to do another trade. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. ESPN said that. Damn. You know, if ESPN says it, damn, it's gospel. If ESPN says it, it's gospel. It's gospel. ESPN has said it. Luigi, listen to me. Do you have any respect for your management team? You know, the Don and them. Do you have any respect at all for what they have done over the last 3+ years? Do you have any idea of the magnificent job these guys in that front office has done? Do you think they're actually stupid enough to let... First of all, nobody even heard of Isaiah Hartenstein when they signed him. I saw him on Clippers. I didn't think he was all that. And the Don saw him, signed him, got him for 2 years, $16 million. So you think they're stupid enough to let him go? Do you really? Come on, man. Act like you got some goddamn... I mean, come on, man. Brent Joseph, $299. Thanks for the $299. No, he's going to get money. I'm thinking Hartenstein is going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of what... look at what iHeart got and look at what Deonte got. That's what Hartenstein's going to get. So you're talking about 4 years, $48 million. That's a good number for Isaiah Hartenstein. And you know the Don's going to give him 4 years, 48. And then what he's going to do is have the 4th year as a team option. That's what he's going to do. And Hartenstein will be glad to take it. That's what they're going to get. Okay. So you're going to get Hartenstein back 4 years, 48. And then let's take it a step further. Some people are talking about, well, we got to trade Mitchell Robinson. No, we don't trade Mitchell Robinson. Do you understand that Mitchell Robinson has already publicly stated he loves playing in the second unit? Can you imagine now you got the roughneck Hartenstein starting, who ain't going to get hurt, and then you got Mitch Rob, and Mitch Rob can ball for 15, 20 minutes. He ain't getting hurt, and the boy could ball in the second unit. You talking about Mitchell Robinson now? Yeah, man. Yeah, I think we good. I think we good. No, Mitch Rob will come off the bench now. He done lost his starting spot. He done lost it. Listen, let me ask you. This is a good question, AA. It's a good question. But look, if the Knicks win 50 games, okay, with Isaiah Hartenstein starting, and they go into the second round, never mind if they win the second round, they win 50 games, they go into the second round of playoffs, Hartenstein is now your starter, period. And Mitchell Robinson won't have a problem. And the thing is, what I love about Mitchell Robinson is his attitude. He's always had a great attitude. Some people accuse him of having a bad attitude. I knew they didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Mitchell Robinson is a team player. He loves the Knicks. The Knicks love him, and you have no problem coming into the second unit. Tom Thibodeau would love to have him as a second unit when you got Hartenstein doing his thing in the first unit. So you're going to have two centers. You know, somebody said 4 for 60. Yeah, okay, I can see that too. 4 for 60, between 48 and 60. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think we could all agree when you're dealing with the Don, the 4th year is a team option. The 4th year is a team option. Stanley Mann, do you know that the NBA salaries are going up next year? Do you know that right now there are players such as Desmond Bane getting $207 million? Do you know that 16 million ain't nothing no more? Yeah, they're gonna have Mitch Rob coming off the bench for 16 million, and they'll be glad to have it. Okay, they'll be glad to have it. That's no problem. Okay, it's not a big deal, really. It's not. That's no money. You're talking about Halliburton getting 200, what, 248, I think Halliburton is getting. And, that's some serious money, man. So, yeah, and the thing is, the Knicks' highest paid player is Julius, right? And you're talking about 100 million. See, the Don has done this thing right. He has done this thing right. And so he has managed this team and these salaries. Woo. So yeah, they will take Mitch Rob off the bench for 16 million. That's no problem. And he's going to be able to play the whole year coming off the bench for $16 million. We're in good shape, y'all. We're in good shape. You know what I'm saying? So I think we'll be all right. So I think we mentioned Friday before the Sixer game. I told y'all that this is an important game, the Philly game. Remember I told y'all that? And I said, if the Knicks could win in Philly on Friday, you might see a little run. Remember I told y'all that? I said, you might see a little run. And the reason I said that is because the way the team is playing overall and to beat Philly in Philly, I wasn't expecting them to beat Philly by no daggone 36 points. I wasn't, but they did. And so I knew beating Philly, it was a train ride from Philly to DC. So it's not even like a long road trip like the Knicks have had already. They could beat Washington, and they did beat Washington. So now they got Portland in the Garden on Tuesday. Okay. I think it's Tuesday. They got Portland. Let's double check that. They got Portland in the Garden on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. And so I'm not automatically saying the Knicks could beat Portland again. Any team could beat any team on a given night, but the Knicks are in a strong position Tuesday night. Okay, the Knicks are in a very strong position Tuesday night. And the thing is, if y'all recall, before the trade, the Knicks were really giving up too many 3-point opportunities. Teams that couldn't even shoot normally were getting big 3-point games against the Knicks, right? All of a sudden, you get OG Anunoby, you move Grimes and Deuce up into the rotation, and the 3-point shooting is shut down. Okay, I'm loving that. So with that, the Knicks, generally, y'all know people like to come into the Garden like you're gonna get the young boy there, the point guard for Portland. He gonna come in there, and Scoop gonna come in there and do his thing in the Garden floor. Jeremy Grant gonna want to do his thing on the Garden floor. And so, Brogdon, I think he's playing for the tryout with the Knicks or whatever. So they're gonna try to go off. But I'm very confident the defense has been stellar. It has really been stellar. And yesterday, at one point in the fourth quarter, you had Deuce, Hartenstein, Grimes, and I think they put Julius with them. And I didn't like Julius being there, but that was a really good defense. They really played well, and that's when they got the lead, stretched back the way it was supposed to be. Them cats could play. Yeah, that was really good defense, man. And so, I'm liking our chances Tuesday. And if the Knicks could win in the Garden on Tuesday, it would be 5 straight wins. Y'all realize that, right? The Knicks could win in the Garden on Tuesday. They would have won 5 straight. Now, after that, they got to go to Dallas and Memphis. I'm thinking maybe that's a split. Okay, that's a split out on the road. Okay, they got to go to Dallas and Memphis. If they win on Tuesday. James Monzon, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I did a whole video on this trade last July. James Monzon, did you hear me? I did a whole video on this trade, this exact trade last July. Hey, can anybody bear witness? Did I do a video on this trade 5 months ago? Huh? This exact trade, the one we just talking about. Didn't I do a video on this trade like 5 months ago? Yeah, like 5 months ago. The exact trade. I called the exact players. I said IQ and RJ. I told y'all 5 months ago. He's talking about I will call you crackhead for the trade. No, I wouldn't, because I called the trade 5 months ago. Somebody get aboard the video so you can see it. But anyway, what was I saying? Yes, I was, man. Oh, that's right. I said OG or Bridges, and I also mentioned Jeremy Grant. If you remember, I mentioned Jeremy Grant, but I said I like OG, and I said Bridges was the guy I wanted the most. And I still would have, if I could have got him, I would have taken him before OG. But I wasn't whining about OG. I told you we could do this. I just thought at the time, if you remember, that Ripper over there, that Nigerian Ripper, Ujiri wanted like 4 number 1s for OG. And I said, no, we're not doing that. The Don ain't doing that. And as you saw, the Don didn't do that. He didn't do that. He gave him a second rounder, a high level second, but a second rounder from Detroit for OG and Precious. And I was really excited to get Precious. Now, somebody asked a good question. I saw it floating by. What are we going to do with Precious when Mitch Rob comes back? Now, that's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. But right now, we ain't dealing with it because Mitch Rob ain't coming back till next training camp, right? So I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't know what they're going to do because, yeah. Well, it looks to me that Indiana is pushing hard to get Siakam. Indiana is pushing hard to get Siakam, right? So I don't, and I hate to say it, but they might trade Obie as part of that deal. Yeah, I don't see where he would play on the Kings because right now, Keegan Murray, y'all seen Keegan Murray? I mean, we knew he was good, right, coming out of Iowa, but damn. Last year he was tight as a rookie, and he's even better this year. So with him and Harrison Barnes, I don't know if they're going to if the Kings are going. I'm thinking it would be both cash out, James, Obie and Jarice for Siakam. I think because you're talking about the Nigerian ripoff artist now. You're talking about the Ibu ripoff artist, man, and you're talking about Ujiri. So he's going to ask for Obie and Jarice for Siakam. That's what he's going to do. Yeah, I can see that. So now you're going to have RJ, quickly, Obie. Stop. That's I can see that. And that's a nice trade. I would do that trade. Indiana now would have Siakam. They would have Turner. They would have, who's the other guy? Well, they got Neesmith starting right now. They'd have Neesmith. They'd be tough, man. Obie would start in Toronto. If you're telling me you're going to lose Siakam, Obie would be starting. Obie would be the starter. Okay? He would be the starter. And that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Yeah, Obie would be the starter at power forward in Toronto with RJ on the other side, Podol in the middle, RJ, Podol, Obie, IQ, and I'm not sure who they got as the shooting guard. It could be Gary Trent Jr. I'm not sure who's the starting shooting guard. But Felicia Lee, I would too, but Indiana ain't stupid. They ain't giving up Ben Mathurin. No. They're not giving up Ben Mathurin. Barnes, really, Raphael Barnes could play. Actually, honestly, Barnes can legitimately play 3 positions on the floor. He can play the 2 guard. He can play the power forward. He can play the small forward. Legit. Barnes, if you see Scotty Barnes, he can guard all 5 positions. Yeah, Scotty Barnes can guard all 5 positions. So you can put Scotty Barnes anywhere on the floor that you wanted to. You can put anyone. You can put him anywhere on the floor that you want him to. So Scotty Barnes is that dude. Really, he's the chess piece that can go in any position on the floor. Pretty much, yeah. Only position I wouldn't put Scotty Barnes in is point guard. That's it. He can guard all 5 positions, and he really could play all 4 of them. If you need him as a small ball center, he could do that. He got the length, the 7-foot wingspan. He could do that, and the defensive chops, he could do that. But and now he's got a 3-pointer. Dude had the nerve to develop a 3-point shot. Shoot, yeah. So I could see that happen. See that's no problem. But yeah, Yeah, it's all good though. But so Deonte is balling. Now you got Deuce and QG balling. You haven't turned Precious on yet. When Precious turns on, y'all gonna see something. Okay. The problem with Precious is he's playing for Thibodeau. Thibodeau does look at statistics and stuff, but he also goes by his gut. And if he don't completely trust you, you know what I'm saying? He's going to pull the string a little too quick on you. That's where he's at with Precious right now. He needs to trust Precious, but he needs to get comfortable trusting Precious. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Precious got talent, man. I'm telling you, the boy could ball, okay? Him and Isaiah Stewart, I like those are very similar players. Isaiah Stewart plays for Detroit. I would have taken either one of those guys. I would have taken either one of those guys. Hold on. I ain't got time. Just because I let everybody in here doesn't mean you're going to act a fool in here. You know, just because I let everybody in here, don't come in here acting a fool. We from New York. New York City ripoff artists coming a mile away, right? I mean, you from New York, man. I mean, my wife says that all the time. She said, what you coming trying to rip us off? We from New York. You know that? But we can see you coming a mile away. You know, stop. You know what I mean? So LeBron, look, cash out. LeBron did not want no parts of beef stew. And he's a smart man. LeBron didn't want no parts of beef stew. He's a smart man. Beef stew tasted blood and bro, he didn't want no parts of that, brother. He didn't want no parts of it. You know what I mean? He didn't want no parts of it. So I love me some beef stew and I love me some Precious. I'm glad we got one of them. Yeah, he didn't want to see no beef stew. He was trying to be cool, but he was shaking. He didn't want to see no beef stew. You know, he didn't want to see no beef stew. So, yeah, I like beef stew. Beef stew is legit 4'5", too, just like Precious. Legit 4'5". Same size, too, 6'8", about 250, 240 something. And beef stew come out of University of Washington. Precious is from New York. He's an Igbo from Nigeria who came to New York. I think he was 12 or something like that. And then he went to Memphis. He went to University of Memphis. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Precious played with Duran, right? Jalen Duran. I think Precious played with him. It wasn't him to catch from either Wiseman or Duran. Precious played with them at Memphis. Yeah. What kept me? Thank you for the $5. What's the ceiling for Deuce with Thibs? I've always said, and I still maintain, Deuce is Marcus Smart 2.0. If given the playing time, Deuce is Marcus Smart 2.0. That's Deuce. Okay. If you giving him 30 minutes a game, you're gonna get that. Okay. You're gonna get that. That's what Deuce is. I've been saying it since he was at West Virginia. He's Marcus Smart 2.0. Okay. But he's not getting those minutes because you got Jalen Brunson out there. $2. Thanks for $2.21. LeBron want the tapioca, not the beef. Exactly. Especially now that he's a little long in the tooth. When LeBron was a young boy, you don't want to mess with him then. But this is beef stew. Beef stew is the young boy, man. So that's what I'm saying. So, oh man. But speaking of Deuce, the only thing Deuce needs is minutes. That's it. Even who was the guy last night with was Clyde was on there. Clyde with I forgot the guy that was with him last night. Who was with Clyde last night against Indiana? But when you get, and he said it, you give Deuce 20 minutes. It was Bill Pito. Okay, you give Deuce 20, 25 minutes, you'll get G League Deuce. Even they said that. And I agree with him. If you give him 20 minutes a game, you're going to get G League Deuce. He's going to turn it out for you. Okay? That's the thing. You got to get him those minutes. But it's tough because Jalen likes to play a lot of minutes. Jalen likes to play 35 minutes. Jalen Brunson actually likes to play 35 to 40 minutes. That's the thing. And you can't argue with Jalen Brunson, right? So that's it. But that's the problem. See? Well, so yeah, Bill Pito, he's hit Pinto. But oh man. But yeah, if you give Deuce 20 minutes every night, if he knew he was getting the IQ type of minutes, you would get that type of production from him. Yeah, if Mitch Rob comes back, I don't know, man. That second unit's gonna be, oh man, oh man. But I noticed that Deuce heavily defers to Jew when they're on the floor together. He just defers to Jew. He'll give up shots he would normally take. He should take because Julius is out there, and he won't do it. Yeah, that's right, Tony Tippers. I don't know that for sure, but I agree with you saying it, and you looked it up. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Especially when he's playing at least 15 minutes. I believe that. Yep. I believe that. That's for sure. I agree with you. He said the Knicks win 77% of their games when Deuce plays. I agree with that, especially when he's playing 15 minutes a game or more. You're going to win a lot of games that way. See? And at the end of the day, bro, I have, like you all, I have my favorite players, and Deuce is one of my favorite players, along with Grimes. They're my favorite players, and now OG is now in there. But above all, I want to win, right? Above all, I want to win. And I'm telling you, if you play Deuce 15 with Grimes, 20 minutes, you're going to win a lot more basketball games. You're going to get a lot more Philly-type blowouts if you play them two cats together like that. Okay? As good as Drew is, as good as, and I hope they're both all-stars and all-NBA in terms of Brunson and Drew. You shouldn't be playing them cats 40 minutes every night, though. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I can definitely see the Joakim Noah Hartenstein comparison, but Joakim Noah could never shoot foul shots like Hartenstein, right? He could never shoot a three-pointer like Hartenstein. He couldn't do it. But he fits that role for Tom Thibodeau, for sure. He does. And I can see OG being, well, dang, there's no doubt. I can see that. That's very similar players right there. Very similar players. Okay, very similar. Now, Brunson is a different type of player than Derrick Rose. He's not the athletic above the rim player that Derrick Rose is. But then again, that's good because he's not going to get hurt like Derrick Rose. Yes, James Monzone, you can be honest with yourself and love your team, but you also can be a jerk. Let's try not to do that. You could be an asshole. Let's try not to do that. You could love your team, and you can be very, I think I get both sides of every situation. I try to tell you the positives and the negative. When I mentioned trading RJ, I got people talking about you hate RJ and you dissing on RJ. And I was just telling them what I'm saying now, what I said 5 months ago. I said, I love RJ. I still think RJ is going to be Jimmy Butler 2.0. But in the future, OG is right now. That's what I said then. That's what I say now. Okay? And I got people telling me, you hate RJ. Why do you hate RJ so much? No, I don't hate RJ. I was just telling y'all the truth. I love RJ. Okay? I still love RJ. But OG is what RJ is going to be in 2 years. But he's there right now. He's there right now. That's what I'm saying. And I think you all have noticed, OG does not need 16 shots a game. What was RJ taking? I think what was RJ taking as far as shots per game? Y'all know? Let me look. What was RJ taking per game as far as shots? RJ was taking, how many shots was this young man taking? Let's see here. RJ was taking 5 3-point attempts a game and 15 shots a game. 15 shots and 5 3-pointers a game. OG does not take that many shots, and OG is more effective on the overall team. Do y'all agree? Y'all see what I'm saying? OG is better for the overall unit, both sides of the basketball. RJ he required 15 shots a game. OG doesn't. Not only that, y'all saw it right before they traded RJ. Were they not backing off RJ and letting him shoot threes? Did y'all see that? They were backing off of him and daring him to shoot. And he was not hitting. When he's hitting, it's all good. But when the way Charles glasses was on, there was a problem. Okay? There was a problem. They're backing off. They cannot do that with OG and Anunoby. They cannot do that. Because if they back off OG, he will knock down 5 threes on you. Okay, he will. So, especially in the corner, you can forget it. You give OG open. Did y'all see, by the way, there was one play in the fourth quarter where, for some reason, they left Jalen Brunson wide open. He sat there, bounced the ball once. I said, this is a foul shot for him. Bang, 3-point. I was like, that's a foul shot for him. They just gave that boy a layup. Jalen has been lights out. Lights out. Okay? Lights out. Dang. And so with OG in the lineup, the floor is open. With OG in the lineup, now you have at least 2 players. I'd say you got 3 players, but you got 2 players in OG and Grimes that can guard 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. Okay? You got 2 players in OG and Grimes that could guard 1s, and I mean high level, could guard 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. You got Deuce that can definitely guard 1s and 2s and possibly 3s, but he could definitely lock down 1s and 2s. And then you got Deonte who can play 1s and 2s. Your defense just went up to another level. And that's what I'm saying. Luigi's right. Don't even let Precious start getting in the flow, which I feel he's going to get. I think he just needs the month of January. That's what I'm saying about the whole thing, really. But just the month for Precious, give him the month of January. Let him flow. Right now, the Knicks have played 4 games in January? Was it 4? I think it's 4 games. So if they play 4 games, they got 12 more games in January. Let them just play. And let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? With all this talk about trades and all this bull crap, let this cat play. Let the rest of them just play. Okay? Yeah, they play with G Music. You hit the nail on the head. The pace has been excellent. Excellent. Even yesterday, honestly, I was concerned because it was about the beginning of the third quarter, and I'm looking at the assist numbers, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I was looking at the assist numbers, and I think the beginning of the third quarter yesterday, the assist numbers were about 15, and I was mad at Juju because I was like, man, you holding the ball too long, and you're messing up the assist numbers. But look, at the end of the game, you look up, and they had 27 assists. Now, they have been averaging about 23 assists. So, but since this trade, I think 27 is the lowest they've had since they got OG. That's something else, man. See, we used to beg the Knicks to see if they can get 25 assists. But now they've had 30, they've had 33, I think, one game. They've had 29 assists, and now they had 27 yesterday. Yeah, so hey, wait, what happened, G? Who said that? Drip more. Who won the game? I didn't know. Who won the game? Because I was looking at that. Did Toronto win or did Orlando win? That's when I was looking for that because I want to see the Knicks pick up. Did you all realize right now the New York Knicks are the 4th seed in the East right now? The New York Knicks are the 4th seed in the East right now. Y'all know that, right? The New York Knicks are the number 4 seed in the East, man. Number 4 seed in the East. And yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, hold on. I just wanted to see. Now, I know Orlando played Atlanta. They play Atlanta. They're coming up against Atlanta. But who won that game? Orlando beat Denver by 2 the other night. That was impressive. I have to give it to them. I thought for sure Denver was going to beat them. In Denver, Orlando beat Denver by 2. Yeah, so the Knicks right now are the 4th seed. They're a half game up in the 4th seed. Okay, they're a half game up on Orlando, on Indiana, and on Cleveland. They're a half game up. They got the 4th seed right now. Let me just take a look at it. Yeah, the Knicks are at the 4th seed. Miami, Orlando, Indiana, and Cleveland are a 4-way tie for the 5th seed right now. 4-way tie for the 5th seed. The Knicks are a half game up on them in the 4th seed. And yeah, so hey, listen, again, what did we talk about at the beginning of the season with all these knuckleheads somebody, and they still talk that the Knicks are play-in team. Have you heard this drunken foolishness? Are the Knicks a play-in team? I told you 4 to 6. I don't care somebody losing their spot. 4 to 6. Some of y'all even said you think the Knicks gonna go higher. I ain't arguing with you, but I'm saying 4 to 6 is where I've been having the Knicks from the whole beginning of the season. 4 to 6. Okay. I'm thinking closer to 4, to be quite honest with you. Yo, Ed, thanks for the $10. Knicks can still have Brad stretches of offense, but defense is so elite now, they can hold the lead. That's right. Not only that, and yo, you're right. Thanks for the $10. But y'all got to remember, this is the league, man. You're not going to just blow teams out by 36 every night like you did on Friday. Every team in the league makes a run. Even Detroit, even Washington, they all, during the course of a game, even if they're going to lose the game, every team, even of course the best team, they're all going to make a run. And when they do, you got to withstand the run. Now, I think y'all will agree. The Knicks of even, let's say, 2 years ago, when they won 37 games, would have lost against Washington last night, right? The old Knicks with RJ starting, they would have lost 2 years ago. They would have lost with Alfred Payton or it was Kemba Walker. They would have lost this game Saturday night. Okay, they would have lost that game. But now you got Brunson, a closer. You got, and I'm telling you, Deonte is way better as a clutch performer than I gave him credit for. Deonte was clutch at Villanova. I did not think it would carry over to the league. He was clutch at Villanova. What got Deonte drafted was that championship. Y'all remember that championship game? It was him and Mikal Bridges where they won the chip in the NC2A, and Deonte went off that day. He was clutch, but I didn't think it was going to carry over. What you're seeing with the Knicks is Deonte entering his prime, and he is clutch. So now you got that, and then OG and Hartenstein together has elevated the defense. They have elevated the defense, and then you put Grimes and Deuce out there. Brothers and sisters of Knicks Nation, we got something. We got something, y'all. We got something. We really do. We got something. Okay? I'm telling you, we got something. Right now is the Knicks are fourth in the East. And the big thing defensively you want to see, and Thibs actually said this too, but is the differential. That's the big thing you want to see. To me, the differential is almost like an 80 to 90% accuracy telling you where the team is going to end up. So right now, the Knicks are the 4th seed, and guess what? They got the 4th best differential in the East at 3.4 points between what they give up and what they score. They're the 4th seed, and they're the fourth best. And I think that differential, now you saw now, the Knicks gave up 100 points against Minnesota, right? They gave up 100 points against Minnesota. The next game they played Chicago, they gave up 116. No, they gave 100 against Chicago, 106 against Minnesota, 92 against the Sixers, and 105 against the Wizards. All of them games were below the 112 the Knicks have been giving up all season. And 112 is not a bad number, but they've been below that. And I'm telling you, they're going to get even better. Because Hartenstein is now knowing he's going to play 30 minutes a night. He knows this. He knows how to, and surprisingly, what y'all noticing, he keep himself out of foul trouble. He's not really, he's better as a starter keeping himself out of foul trouble than he was coming off the bench. Okay, so you got him and you got OG and you still got Grimes and Deuce. And don't let pressure start to pick it up. And I'm telling you, he's going to. I'm telling you. Yeah, Hartenstein, somebody mentioned 60 million. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say between 48 million and 60 million over 4 years. That's Isaiah Hartenstein. He's going to get done. Y'all know very well that Don don't play. The 4th year is a team option. Y'all know very well. The 4th year is a team option. So, yeah, I think we're going to be all right. Yeah, Luigi, I like that. And now, Luigi, you starting to talk like you got some sense. You must have sobered up. You talking like you got some sense now. Luigi, you talking with some good energy right now. I like how you talking, Luigi. You bringing that good stuff now. I like that. That's good, baby. That's good. That's good. That's good. Now, the Knicks could. I mean, the Knicks are capable of overtaking Philly. But what we have to also respect is so is Miami. So is Cleveland. We have to respect the fact that it could be us, it could be Orlando, it could be Cleveland, it could be Miami. All of them are capable of taking the 3rd seed. It's wide open right now. Okay, so I told y'all it's going to be a dogfight. I told you. Now, I thought between 4 and 6 was where your dogfight would take place, and it kind of is right now. I wasn't expecting the Knicks to be able to compete for the 3rd spot the way some of y'all was. Some of y'all was calling it from the time I said 4 to 6. Some of y'all said, nah, they're going to go in the top 3, and I got to give you, I forgot who it was, but some of y'all, I'll give you the props. Some of y'all said 3rd seed. I got to believe that now because the way they playing, that is certainly possible, okay? Now, let's look ahead a second. Not too far ahead, but let's look ahead a second, okay? If the Knicks can beat Portland on Tuesday, that would be 5 straight, okay? That'd be 5 straight. And that would be a tremendous accomplishment. They have not won more than 3 straight, but they did 3 straight multiple times already this season. You said, hey, okay, I'll give you your props. See, I didn't say that. I said 4 to 6. But some of y'all was talking 3rd seed from the beginning of the season. So I give you them props because I think they could do it. But if the Knicks beat Portland Tuesday night and they go into Dallas healthy and they beat the Mavericks in Dallas, you're going to see something. You're going to see something. Okay? If they beat the Mavericks, if they can beat Portland and win 5 straight, and they come into Dallas healthy, you might see something. I'm just going to say that. That's why I told y'all you can see a little run if they could beat Philly in Philly. You might see a little run, and now you're seeing they're on for 4 straight. They can beat if they can beat Portland, they beat 5 straight. Okay. But if they can beat Portland and they go into Dallas healthy, I give them a good 50-50 chance at beating Dallas. There's a good 50-50 chance at the Knicks beating. If they can win, that's a big if now. They got to win against Portland on Tuesday, and then they got to be healthy when they go into Dallas. I don't want nobody getting hurt against Portland. Then now Dallas, Keith is day-to-day. Holmes is day-to-day. Grant Williams is day-to-day. I'm expecting Kleber is out. Lively is day-to-day. Dante got the ankle. He's day-to-day. But I'm going to tell you what, against New York, they're all going to play. If they just day-to-day, again, except maybe Kleber, but against New York, they're all going to play. And you got to remember now, you got Kyrie. Kyrie, honestly, is quietly having some season, man. Have you quietly, Kyrie, he's been out the radar, but quietly, Kyrie Irving is having a hell of a season, man. He's averaging 23. He's averaging 5 assists, 5 boards, 32 minutes a game. He's played 20 games this year, which is about Kyrie. He's going to miss some games now, but he's quietly putting together really what I consider an all NBA season. Kyrie is. And so we you can't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him. Okay. So I did not think there was a chance in hell that him and Luka would be able to play well together. I didn't think so. I still kind of doubtful of it, but you can't argue. Yeah, he's averaging 23 a game because Luka is going to have the ball. Luka's averaging 30 something. So he's going to have the ball. But quiet is kept. Kyrie is having an all NBA level season. So, like I said, if the Knicks can beat Portland on Tuesday and stay healthy to come in there to Dallas, there's a 50-50 chance they could beat Dallas. I'm kind of hoping for at least a split. They got Dallas on, I think it's on, when is the Dallas game? I think they got Dallas on Thursday. I think it's Thursday they get Dallas on Thursday. Let me just double check. I think they got Dallas on Thursday. Yes, so they got Portland on Tuesday, Dallas on Thursday, and then they follow up with Memphis on Saturday. That's a nice schedule for the Knicks, comparatively what they've been getting. That's a nice schedule. So there's no back-to-backs this week. So they got Portland at home on Tuesday. They get Dallas in Dallas on Thursday. Then they go Saturday night, and they're playing Memphis. Don't sleep on Memphis either. I'm kind of expecting Memphis to explode any minute now. I kind of am, because Memphis with Ja back, they're going to be good. They dug themselves a hole waiting for Ja to get back. So they're trying to climb out the hole. But Ja is, he's one of them dudes, man. He's that dude. So, yeah, so I think, the Knicks should run. It's a nice schedule. It's a 2 away games. Anthony Sabalos asked, would I put OG on Luka? Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Uh-huh. No, Portland is not really a trap game. I don't know. I don't think Portland is as bad as, say, somebody like the Detroit or Washington or even Charlotte. I think let me just look at Portland's record. Let me just take a look here. Portland has won 9 games, but, they're rebuilding. I don't want to sleep on them. I don't perceive them with Brogdon and Jeremy Grant to be as bad as they appear. The Knicks better take them seriously. That's all I want to say. The Knicks better take them seriously. I mean, Scoot Henderson is the dude. Anthony Simons is a player. Matisse Thybulle is and Shaden Sharp, I thought would be better. And they're not apparently as this year doing what I thought they would do. Jeremy Grant is Jeremy Grant and DeAndre Ayton is DeAndre Ayton. But I think the disappointment is with Thybulle and Sharp. I expected more from them. I expect a little bit more from them too. But Sharp is got to be fair. He's still young. Shaden Sharp, is he 20 years old yet? Let me see. What's Shaden Sharp's age? I think let me see. Shaden Sharp is 20, right? He's going to be 21 at the end of the season. So he's still a boy, so he's going to be a really good player. And Matisse Thybulle is hurt. I think he's hurt right now. Let me see. I think he's hurt. Yeah, he's got a bad foot. So he's hurt. I was expecting more from them, 2 guys. And they need those 2 guys. Memphis ain't no trap game either. Memphis is a real legit people that could beat you game. So can Portland. And I'm telling you, Scoot Henderson is at the stage, like he's the little boy that you could take his lunch right now, but you better watch him because one day he's going to take yours. So Scoot is like that. He's the little boy you could pick on right now. You could take his lunch now, but next year, the year after, don't try it. Yeah. I'm saying Thibs know what he got. Yeah, Thibs know what he doing. Earnhardt, what's up? Everhart, what's up, man? Everhart, what's up, Michael? What's up, my brother? Yeah, so I like the Knicks against Portland. It would be nice if they commandingly beat them, really beat them so that they can, hopefully Thibs can rest his starters a little bit because they got Dallas coming up, but yeah, Scoot is, I'm telling you, he what I told y'all Pablo was last year. So you could do stuff with Pablo now, but the time is coming, which it has come. You can't mess with him because you can't take his lunch no more. Okay. And that is Scoot. Scoot, you could take his lunch right now. You could take his lunch from him. Better do it now. Better do it while you can. Because this kid is good, man. Just like I think Cade Cunningham, I expected Cade to be a little bit further along, but he's got a tough situation there in Detroit. But Cade is like that as well. So these kids are really good. They're going to be good. They're all going to be all-star level players. Some of them are going to be MVP type players, but they're young right now. They're inexperienced. And I'm telling you, see, people don't take that into consideration when you see these guys in college. You expect them to just be all world, overtake the world right now. It's a grind. And you got to not only play at a high skill level in the league, but it's a grind. You got to be able to take the grind of 82 games, and a lot of people can't do it. Okay. A lot of people can't do it. And especially, like I said, Chet Holmgren, he's doing pretty good, but them guys in Oklahoma City are playing him the minutes they need to be playing him to preserve him, and they're doing a great job. And that's going to cause him to be able to play the whole season. The same with the other big guy, Wembanyama. You better, you got better guard. He's too light in the behind. He's not ready for the grind. That's why Spurs are getting their behind handed to him. But, if he ever gets ready to take that grind, Spurs are going to be tough. Man, they're going to be real tough, okay? They got the pieces. Sohan, Vassell, Wembanyama, they got the pieces. They just need some years to get some development, be able to execute properly. Rookie of the year. That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question, Jose. Who is the rookie of the year? What y'all think? Who's the rookie of the year? I wouldn't give it to Wembanyama. I wouldn't. I would look at Chet Holmgren first because how much of an impact he's making. Yeah, I would look at Chet Holmgren first because of how much of an impact he's making on Oklahoma City. They're really, really good when he plays. The kid in Miami, the kid in Miami is really good too. Yes, I agree with that, D Nice. The kid in Miami, what Javier Vasquez? Is it Vasquez? Jaime Vasquez. That kid can play. I did not expect that. Coming out of UCLA, I thought he'd be all right, but that kid could play. He could really play. So, I'm going to give Leon Rose Executive of the Year. Now, I love Thibs, and he would be my coach of the year, but I think I'm going to be fair. I think that the cat in Miami has been overlooked too long, man. That daggone Spo, he makes wine out of water. Spoelstra has been doing this a while now. I think what happened to Spoelstra is people dissed on him because he had LeBron and Bosh and Wade, but he's been putting together miracles after those guys. Last year they was in the finals. I think Spoelstra should get coach of the year just based on the work he's been doing. The OKC coach, yes, I agree with you. He's definitely got to be in the running. OKC coach and the Minnesota coach. Whoever that Minnesota coach, number one in the West. I mean, but because he's got Gobert, he's got Ant, he's got Cat, he may not get it. But it's right. Orlando, yep, you got to look at Orlando's head coach as well. Mosley, Orlando's head coach, Miami's head coach, OKC's head coach, and I'm putting Thibs up there because it kills me in the beginning when you listen to some of these idiots in September. The Knicks may not make the play-in. I'm calling the Knicks for 36 games. ESPN calls them for 38 games. Las Vegas say they won't win more than 38. Everybody's gotten better, so the Knicks are going to take a step backwards. Where are we at? 36 games into the season. 4th seed in the East. Thibodeau's name's got to be in there. Thibodeau's name's got to be in there. Okay? And yeah, look. If the Knicks, I'm going to put it to you this way. If the Knicks finish in the 3rd seed, it's going to be between Thibs, the Minnesota coach, and the OKC coach. Orlando is good, but I'm telling you, I don't expect Orlando to finish that high. I'm thinking Orlando's still going to be a 7th seed because of their youth. Next year, they'll be even better, but I'm thinking 7th seed with Orlando because they really got 2 stars with Franz Wagner and Pablo Banchero. They really got 2 stars there. And then now Suggs is coming into his own. One more season, they're going to be a top 4 team in the East, I think, Orlando, with the rest of the ancillary pieces that they have. But right now, I don't see them sustaining that. I think they're going to go through this hell week to pay, and I think Orlando's going to come a couple of pegs down because, this is their first time being in that high level. Yeah, So, yeah, Orlando's good now, and they're going to get better. So, but I just don't see them staying that high. I can see Cleveland and Miami and even Indiana, if they make a trade for Siakam, overtaking them, I like Carlisle, but when you're talking about the guy in Minnesota who's number 1 in the West, OKC, top 3 in the West, Thibs, if he gets the top 3 in the East, I like the guy. I like Rick Carlisle, but you got to give it to one of them other guys. And like I said, my personal choice would be Spoelstra, although I know they ain't going to give it to him. I think Spoelstra works miracles, but he just, Jimmy Butler hasn't even been playing, and they've been still winning. What's up, thought process? Jimmy Butler hasn't even been playing lately, and they still winning. So, You got to get. He got all behind Kevin Love in there. He got Lowry in there, and they still win games. Didn't Mike Brown win it last year for Sacktown, Russell Week? Wasn't Mike Brown coach of the year last year? He ain't gonna get it this year. I think he was coach of the year last year. I think he was, Mike Brown, and he deserved it. He definitely deserved it. But he's not gonna get it again this year. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah. So I know, right, Richard Williams? Oh gosh. Yeah, the Thunder coach, the Wolves coach deserves serious credit, no doubt. I'm favorable to my guy Thibs because we Knicks. So if Thibs finished in the top 3, that's the guy I'm gonna give it to. If Thibs finished in the top 4, then yeah, I would say, and I don't even know the coaches' names. Who's the coach in OKC, man? Our Diacono or some mess like that. And then in Minnesota, who's the coach? Who's the Minnesota head coach? I don't even know. Who's the Minnesota head coach? Because that's what I'm saying. What's his name, man? What's Minnesota's head coach name? He deserves the credit. Keith Blocker, $5 pacing and ball passing currently has greatly improved. That's right, Keith Blocker. And you know what? Keith Blocker. You know what just came to me, Keith Blocker? You know what just came to me, Keith Blocker? You know what just came to me, Keith Blocker? I mean, I'm looking, I'm saying, Keith Blocker. Keith Blocker. Keith Blocker. I think I know you, Keith Blocker. I think I know you, Keith Blocker. That's all I'm saying. Chris Finch. Yeah, Chris Finch. Never heard of this cat before, but he got them balling in Minnesota. He do. He got them balling in Minnesota. He does. But I would favor the OKC coach over him. And I'll tell you what. Well, how do you pronounce it? Diago. How you say Diago something. But the dude in Minnesota has started with much more tools in his toolbox. You got Cat, you got Gobert, you got Ant, you got Nas Reed, you got what's that other cat's name? You got Nas Reed, Dagnote. Is that his name? Dagnote. Okay, so Finch got more tools, so I would favor Dagnote, over him. I would favor Dagnote. Diagolt. Is that how you say it? Diagolt organic? Oh, Diagolt. Yep, they got Jaden McDaniel. He got more tools. OKC got tools, but they're young. He got a young team vying in the top 3 in the East. Diagolt, I would have to favor him, because Chet Holmgren, and he's got, of course, SGA. SGA has to be all NBA this year. There's no question. SGA should start in the All-Star. In the West, to me, it's SGA and Luka. You're starting 2 guards in the West. In the East, I'm giving it to Jalen Brunson and Halliburton, the 2 starting guards in the East, to me. But OKC, he's got them playing some ball, and J Dub and J Will, and he's got Chet, SGA, Giddy. Them cats balling, man. Diagolt, is this how you say it, Everhard? Diagolt. Okay, Diagolt. Okay, Diagolt. Yeah, I would favor him. I would favor him for coach of the year, especially if they finish in the top 3 in the West, like they are right now. I think they're in the top 3 in the West right now. If they finished in the top 3 in the West, I would give Diagolt definitely. They number 2. These cats number 2 in the West. I talking about top 3. He got them at number 2 in the West. Yeah, and they 7-3 in their last 10. They got a 7.6, the top defensive differential in the West. Man. Oh, you grew up in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and went to Boys High? Then I don't know. I thought you were somebody else. You're not in Florida right now, Keith Blocker? You grew up in Crown Heights, Brooklyn? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought you were somebody in Florida. That's why. Keith Blocker. I thought you were somebody in Florida. I know another blocker, honestly. That's why I was saying. I know another blocker that's very knowledgeable of basketball. Yeah, and not only do I know him, he's my relative. That's why I thought, yeah. But yeah, um, yeah, Diago, yeah, Diago. I'm gonna favor Diago, especially the way he's doing with OKC right now. You can't expect no win against OKC now. If OKC, you come, especially coming down there into OKC territory, you can't come out. You got to fight to come out with a win down there. There ain't no pushover. They some number 2 in the West right now. So I would give Diago the coach of the year. I would favor him right now. MVP. Ooh, that's another one. It's still, to me, it's a toss up. You have to have Tatum's name's got to be in there. Giannis' name got to be in there. On Minnesota, it's funny. Ant would be the MVP, but I can't give it to him right now. Ant would be the MVP because Minnesota #1 team in the West. OKC, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah, I don't think Cat is the MVP though, but no, not Juju. I would say Jalen Brunson from the Knicks, but the Joker's got to be, where are they at right now? Are they 4th? The Joker and them 3rd in the West. Yeah, so you got Luka in the West, the Joker, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Those to me are your top 3 MVP candidates in the West. In the East, Tatum, Giannis, and Jalen Brunson. I would say, and well, you got to include Halliburton, depending on how high Indiana goes. If Indiana's in the top 6, you got to look at Halliburton. Halliburton's ridiculously good, so you got to look at it. Well, Juju, because Brunson, I'm gonna tell you what, if the Knicks did not have Julius Randle, if they did not have him, I really feel like they'd figure a way. They put OG Anunoby at the 4, they put somebody else at the 3, and they'd figure a way. It may not be as good, but they figure a way. If they did not have Jalen Brunson, and now you don't have IQ, that would be tough. Brunson, every time Washington made a run yesterday, it was Brunson that kept answering. It was Brunson that kept them off. So I would say Brunson is the head of the snake for the Knicks. And I'm not saying Jew ain't having a tremendous year. He should be all NBA. He should be all NBA. Yeah, Jew should be all NBA. Shoot, him and Brunson. But if you talk about MVP now, I'm going to go with Brunson on that. I'm going to go with Brunson. Diego. That sounds better. Diego. Something like San Diego. Is that how you say it? Diego. I like Diego. I like to say it that way, B. Willis. Diego. All right. Diego down there in OKC. Yeah, Jew is, I'm saying, just because I'm saying Brunson don't mean I'm not loving Juju. Okay, don't get twisted. Juju should be all NBA, but if you're asking me the MVP of the Knicks, it's Brunson. And if you're going to talk about a Knick representing league MVP, it's Brunson. So to me, it's Tatum, Giannis, and Brunson. To me. And I can understand Embiid because Embiid is actually playing better this year than he did last year when he won the MVP. But I don't know. I don't think Philly's. I'm one of the few. I think Philly can be overtaken. I know people don't believe that, but I think Philly can be overtaken. Yeah. So I'm not going. I'm not one that thinks Philly is locked to get top 3 in the East. I don't think they are. I think they can be overtaken. And with that in mind, that's why I'm saying no to Deonte Murray. I'm saying no to Brogdon. I'm saying wait. Let's see what happens this summer. Because let me ask you all a question. You ready for the question? Here's a question. In fact, let me make it a poll. I'm going to make it a poll. Let's make a poll. Here's the poll. You ready? Here's the poll. If Philly loses in the second round this year, will Embiid one out? If Philly loses in the second round this year, So they win the first round, and then they lose in the second round. Is Embiid out? Does he want out? What do y'all think? So if Embiid wants out, if Embiid wants out of Philly, that means 29 teams, and I mean it, 29 teams are going to be looking at him, including the Knicks. So, and it's a possibility. It's not a sure thing. And I actually don't like waiting on possibilities because it reminds me of LeBron 2010, which I never want to repeat again. But what I'm saying is the Knicks don't have to do anything. See, like I'm telling y'all right now, if the Knicks keep this team together, roll through this spring in the playoffs, and then come back next year with Mitch Robb in the second unit, same team, this team is top 3 in the East next year. Okay, it's the same team. Same team. This team is top 3 in the East next year. Okay, so they don't have to do anything. But I think anybody that sees a guy of the level of Joel Embiid available is going to have to take a hard look at that. Okay, period. Okay, Miguel, I'll give you that. He said Denver won't be looking. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So let's say 28 teams. But still, let me even be more conservative. Let's say 25 teams. There's going to be at least 25 teams looking at Joel Embiid. There's going to be at least 25 teams trying to negotiate with Philly to get him. So that's why no trades. Don't trade anybody. You got a good trade you just did. Roll with what you got. You got Hartenstein playing his tail off. Roll with what you got. Now, if the Knicks are going to get Embiid, it's going to cost them. Okay? It's going to cost them. And I'm talking about if you're going to get Embiid, you're going to lose Hartenstein. You're probably going to lose Julius Randle. Okay? And you're going to lose a young player. You're going to lose picks. Okay? It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you at least 3 number ones, at least. Plus Hartenstein, because he's going to be balling. Plus Juju. It's going to cost you that. And they may want Grimes as well, but the Knicks will probably be resistant on that because of his youth and his contract. But that's what it will take to get him. And Eddie Alvarez, that's the question you got to ask. That's the question you got to ask. Are you willing to gut your team to get Joel Embiid? I'm not. And I love Joel Embiid. I think Joel Embiid is a game changer. I think he is. But I'm not. I don't think I want to give up all that. And in fairness, you would have to. If look, Daryl Morey ain't stupid. You're not just going to get Joel Embiid in the same conference and think you ain't giving up something. You giving up a lot. And he going to want more than picks. Now, you're going to give him the 3 number ones he wants. You're going to have to give him a starting center. And I'm not talking about Paul Reed. Hartenstein's playing his tail off. And then you're going to have to give him an all-star. Now, I'm going to be honest, and I try to be as level-headed about it as I could. If we can get Embiid for Hartenstein and Grimes, I would pull the trigger. Because now I'm going to have Julius, B, and OG. Oh my God. Yeah, I would pull the trigger. But I don't think you could do that. I don't think you could do that. I don't think you should do it. So that's what I'm saying. The Knicks, based on where our New York Knicks are today, okay, brethren, we don't need to do nothing. I'm serious. The Knicks don't need anything right now. The team you got, you don't need nothing right now. All you got to do is let this team play. And I mean, Tom has got to get Grimes and Deuce 15 to 20 minutes off the bench. You got to let Precious figure it out. And you got a team that can compete for the East right now. The New York Knicks can compete for the East. Right now. Okay? Listen now. They can compete for the East right now. I don't care what other platforms are telling you. And look, y'all been listening to some of y'all been listening to me for a minute. I know a little bit what the hell I'm talking about. I'm telling you, they can compete for the East right now. And the reason that is because they already got OG, and Hartenstein is the key here. You see, with Mitch Rob, I told y'all, healthy Mitch Rob is top 6 in the East, maybe top 4. And so when Mitch Rob went down, some of y'all was asking, you still think they can win 50 games? And y'all remember, I said, I don't know, because I don't know. I got to see how this works out. I was telling y'all that. But now that I'm seeing Hartenstein fit into this starting rotation like hand to glove, and then, of course, we got OG, the Knicks can go as far as anybody in the East. They really can. And so if that's the case, you might not want to mess with that. You might not want to mess with it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You might not want to mess with it. Thanks for the $5, Brooklyn Buddha. Embiid, Reed, and Springer are the only 70 that don't expire after this season. That's right. And that makes sense. And Springer, to me, is a future piece. He's like their Grimes. I like Jaden Springer. I liked him coming out of Tennessee. I liked him when Tennessee recruited him. I was watching some of his high school stuff when Tennessee was recruiting him. I like him. He's a big kid. He's skilled. He can do it all with the ball. He just haven't had a chance because he's on Philly. But I like Springer. And so I'm sure they won't keep him. Okay. But if Embiid gets knocked out in the second round this year, boy, you're going to hear a lot of talk this summer. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to hear a lot of talk. Okay, you're going to hear a lot of talk. So we're going to see. But the Knicks, just to be clear right now, I'm telling y'all, they don't have to do anything. All the Knicks have to do right now is get Mitchell Robinson healthy for the bench unit. That's it. That's it. Really, that's it. Okay, you get Mitchell Robinson healthy for the bench unit, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Okay, get that boy in the bench unit with Hart and Deuce and Grimes. It's a wrap. Okay, so look, yeah. So I don't know. We have to see. Yes, if they lose Embiid, Harris is out. They're gonna move Harris too. But Harris got a no trade clause, so that's not gonna be easy. Tobias Harris has a no trade clause in his contract. Okay, that's gonna be tough. So so we'll see. But I'm very hesitant for what you're going to have to give up to get a Joel Embiid. You're not going to get a former MVP, for just Grimes. That's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now. And you got to get the salaries to match. And don't think they're going to take Fournier because Fournier's expiring anyway. So you're going to need Julius. You're going to need Julius. Okay? It's going to be Julius. And then you're going to have maybe a Grimes. You're going to have 3 number ones. It's going to cost you to get Joel Embiid. Nobody's giving you Joel Embiid. It's going to cost you. Okay? So I don't know. I love Embiid. Embiid's a superstar. In my view, he's a game changer. But I don't think I want to give up all of that. I'm telling you, I don't. Okay? I don't think I want to give up all of that. Yeah, I know, but what you going to do with Harris? You going to put OG and Anunoby on the bench? See, if you trade Jew and you got back Tobias, no. Tobias is a guy that could play with a Julius Randle. You don't want him to be your guy. You don't want OG to be your guy. OG is a good glue guy. You don't want him, and so is Harris. You got 2 glue guys. You're not giving up an all-NBA player in Julius Randle for a glue guy. You're not doing it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not doing it. But see, you got to be realistic. That's what it's going to take. Look, Charlotte. Let's talk about Charlotte, just as an example. The only player Charlotte would not trade, the only one, is LaMelo. Everybody else and all their draft capital, they would give to get Joel Embiid. Okay? What about Atlanta? The only guy they would not trade is Trae Young or Jalen Johnson, and they may not be able to keep him. They would give away the whole shop to get Joel Embiid. That's what you're competing with. Okay? Now, I agree. Somebody mentioned Denver ain't looking at him. Okay, I got you. Oklahoma City probably ain't looking at him. But then again, I can't sleep on OKC. If I'm OKC and all I had to give you was Chet Holmgren and a whole bunch of my draft picks, done. Done. Okay? Done. That's what I'm saying to you. So the Knicks would have a lot of competition that's willing to give up a lot more to get him. Okay? But I don't know. I'm not sure I want to pay that kind of price. I'm not sure I want to pay that kind of price to get Joel Embiid. That's all I'm saying to you. So I don't think that's going to happen, but that's why I would wait, because you got to at least make the phone call. You got to make the phone call. You got to inquire. No, Tobias got a no trade clause. I think he insisted on it because of the fact that he had got traded so much. He went from Milwaukee to Orlando to the Clippers. And when he came to Philly and signed a $180 million deal, I think he had a no trade clause. I think he has a no trade clause. I know he's got the trade kicker, but he's not getting traded. That's what I'm saying. Okay, he's not getting traded. That's all I'm saying. But Shiloh, you're looking at it wrong. You're looking at it all wrong. You're looking at it like a typical crackhead. You don't look at it like that. Whether Joel Embiid is better than Julius, that's not the point. The point is, what else do you give up? Are you breaking up your team to get Embiid? And it's not worth doing that. That's what I'm telling you. Don't look at it, well, Drew is not as good as Embiid. That's not how you look at it. You got to look at it in terms of a team. 5 men, 10 men. You got to look at it like that. And you're going to be giving up Drew, 3 number ones. You're going to give up Grimes. You're going to do all of that to get Joel Embiid. And may not even be enough. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But I'm telling you this, the Don's going to make the phone call. He's going to make the phone call. So we're going to see. Yeah, we're going to see. Oh, sorry. My apologies, Shiloh. I didn't see that. I just saw what you said, but that ain't the way we look at this. Yeah, I hear you, Shiloh. My bad. And you're not even a Knicks fan? Let me not say anything else. My apologies, Shiloh. My apologies. But, yeah, so I don't think the Knicks will pay the price that it's going to take to get Joel Embiid in New York. That's a very high price. Yes, of course, Gabriel. The Don ain't stupid. They're going to give Hart his money. He's going to get his money. Somebody mentioned $60 million. I think that's the high end. I think he gets between 48 and 60 over 4 years. Yeah, there's no doubt. They're going to re-sign Hart. He ain't going nowhere. He's going to be the starting center for the New York Knicks. He's going to be the starting center, especially if they get into the second round. The Knicks can go as far as they can right now. They got the squad. They don't need nobody else right now. They just need to stay healthy, and they can go as far as they can. Okay, they can beat anybody on any given night, and I'm not scared of Boston, Milwaukee, or Philly in the 7-game series. I'm not. Okay. I'm actually more concerned with a team like an Orlando, honestly, because they can up and come and beat your behind. But if you get past the first round and you gotta play one of those 3 teams in the second round, I'm not scared of Milwaukee. I'm not scared of Boston. I'm not scared of Philly. I'm not scared of any of them. The Knicks can play 7-game series against any of them. And especially now, you let the Knicks gel, because we just talking January. So you got to let the Knicks gel February and March. Let them gel. And when they gel, yeah, we're going to see how this works out. Well, Michael Matthew said, who's the best Knick point guard ever? Neither of them. The best Knick point guard ever was Walt Frazier. We don't even need to discuss that. I saw him. The best Knick point guard ever was Walt Clyde Frazier. There was nobody like him. None of them. Forget it. Thanks for the $5 De La Music. Keep Embiid. I'd pry Jaden Duran from Detroit to see if I can get marketing from. Yeah, but we don't have enough spots to play those cats, De La Music. We don't have enough. You can't just name players. You got to give up something. And I ain't giving up nothing in my 9-man rotation for them 2 guys. I'm not. Nobody. Nobody. I'm not giving up nobody in my 9-man rotation for Duran or marketing. I like what we got. Yeah. No, you ask who the best point guard ever is, and you didn't mention Clyde Frazier? I know y'all think of him as an announcer, but before he was an announcer, Clyde Frazier was that dude. He was really good. He was really good, man. He was that dude. He was really good. No, nice, 718. That's not even a second thought. We don't need Duran. That's not even a second thought. Y'all crazy. You got Hartenstein starting and playing at a really high level. You're going to bring Mitchell Robinson back for your second unit, who was already playing at all NBA defensive level. And you're talking about Duran? Stop it, man. Come on. Why don't y'all stop? Stop. Come on. Stop. Stop. Walt or Ewing? That's tough. Ewing never got the real chop because he never had the team around him. The Knicks put a team around Frazier. They had Willis Reed, who was MVP. They had Dave DeBusschere. They had Jerry Lucas. They had Bill Bradley. They had Earl Monroe. They had a team. They actually had a Roughneck and Mike Reardon, who they traded. Dave Stallworth. They had a team. So they built a team around Clyde, right? But the Knicks never did that for Ewing. They came close a couple times, but they never did it. They never built a team around Ewing. For example, can you imagine if they had another high-level scorer that can play defense around Ewing? Like, for example, if they had Ewing in 94 and they had prime Latrell Sprewell, you're talking something now. But that never happened. Ewing was old and past his prime when they got Latrell Sprewell. He was actually hurt. So if you actually put somebody beside him, and if you gave him a point guard, they had Doc Rivers, who was good, but he tore his ACL. And then they had Derek Harper, who was really good. But if you gave Ewing an all-star next to him, you would have seen some chips. They never did that. They never did that. And I was very disappointed in the Knicks management having never decided to build properly around Patrick Ewing. They just never did it. So somebody asked, Walt or Patrick? I can't tell you because I wouldn't have known. I got to give Patrick some slack because it wasn't his fault. They didn't build a team around him. They built a team. It was a different management. They built a team around Walt Frazier. He had a squad. Okay, that's why they won. Brooklyn Boots, all the other 76ers are unrestricted free agents after this season. Cool. I'm telling you, y'all need to stop looking at other players. I know some of y'all are so used to scouting other players because you're always thinking the Knicks need something. The Knicks don't need anything. Just let that settle in your mind. The Knicks don't need anything. Be good. Don't need nothing. Okay? Pearl was 6'3". Earl Pearl was 6'3". Clyde was 6'4". Clyde was 6'4", 6'5", but he was in that 6'4", 6'5" range. Pearl was 6'3". Yeah. And even the draft, the Knicks, there's nobody the Knicks are going to draft that's going to play. See, that's what I'm saying to you. There's nobody in this draft that's going to get any playing time with the New York Knicks next year. Nobody. Okay, so what the Knicks are going to do is they're going to trade their draft picks and get future draft picks. That's how you do it. You just keep carrying it over till you need them. They can keep doing that till we need them. See, so you just keep carrying the draft picks out. You trade this year's for 2 years from now, and you keep doing that. And then when you need them, they're there. You don't need them right now. Okay, you don't need them right now. So, yeah, but Clyde was the greatest point guard the Knicks ever had, period, end of story. And then after Clyde, let's see how Brunson's team does this year. Brunson is really pushing to be that Knicks guy. The most disappointing one was Michael Ray Richardson. Michael Ray was Hall of Fame talent. He's one of them cats with his tragic story. Michael Ray Richardson was Hall of Fame talent. Rod Strickland was really good. I ain't saying he wasn't now. Rod Strickland was that dude, but Michael Ray Richardson was better than all of them. Talent-wise, Michael Ray Richardson was better than all of them. He really was. He just was on drugs. If he didn't mess around with cocaine, if he had never been introduced to coke, this cat would have gone down as the greatest. He was a cokehead, and he got into coke, and then he got into crack. It was in the 80s. He got into coke. The NBA had a bad cocaine problem in the 80s, period. John Lucas, Michael Ray Richardson, what's that boy's name? Andrew, the dude that plays for Golden State, his daddy. What's the boy that played for Golden State? Andrew, what's the boy that Golden State got that came from Minnesota? There's the boy Golden State got that came from Minnesota. He was Wiggins. Wiggins' father used to ball. Wiggins' father could ball. He got cooked in cocaine. Yeah, Fly Williams, Len Bias. There was a lot of dudes that got messed up in the 80s on cocaine. Okay, Michael Ray was one of them. But I'm gonna tell you, as far as talent, yeah, Andrew Wiggins had a daddy. His daddy was named something Wiggins. God, I forgot his first name. But Andrew Wiggins' father could ball, and he got messed up in cocaine, and so did Michael Ray. Michael Ray Richardson. Yeah, Michael Ray Richardson was a bad dude. He was a bad boy. Mitchell Wiggins, thank you. I think Mitchell Wiggins was the first dude to actually get banned from the NBA for drugs. Mitchell Wiggins. Yeah, he was the first dude to actually get banned for drugs from the league. Mitchell Wiggins. But he could ball, but he just was in cocaine. Him, like y'all said, Len Bias. There was a lot of dudes in the 80s that got messed up. John Lucas. There was a lot of really talented dudes that got caught up in the drug game in the 80s, and it cost them. Michael Ray was one of the most tragic ones in my view because of the talent. Michael Ray Richardson could ball. He was like Magic Johnson. He really was. He was. You think Magic Johnson was great? You're looking at Michael Ray Richardson. That's how bad this boy was. Okay. He was something else, man. Yeah, and the Bulls had an issue. A lot of dudes, a lot of teams was dealing with cocaine issues in the 80s. A lot of teams, man. And they started getting tough on it, and Mitchell Wiggins got banned from the league. Roy Tarpley, yup. A lot of dudes, man. Darryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden. Yup. A lot of dudes, man. So that was the problem in the 80s, and that messed up Michael Ray Richardson, because he would have been that. He was really good, man. I was so glad. I had not heard of him when they drafted him out of Colorado. Back in the 80s, except for Ewing and Cartwright, the Knicks weren't drafting really good. They got Mark Jackson, everybody know that, but they really weren't hitting their draft picks in the 80s. So when they drafted Michael Ray Richardson out of Colorado, I had never heard of him. But then when he started playing, I was like, Dad, this boy could ball. Michael Ray. And what it was is at that time, they had gotten Bernard King. If they were able to get them two together on the floor with Patrick Ewing, you would have got some chips. You would have got some chips, no doubt. But the timing was off. And then when Michael Ray got caught up in cocaine, and then, of course, BK got hurt. And, Mark Jackson was fighting with the management, and then they messed her up and traded Rod Strickland, and it was just all messed up. It just been all messed up. So I got to give Patrick some props, because he never got a chance to build that. They never built around him like they should have. They did the right thing with Walt Frazier, but they didn't do it with Patrick. Oh, was it? I remember John Drew. He was another one. John Drew. Was he the first one? I thought it was Mitchell Wiggins. But John Drew was another one. He could ball. John Drew was another dude that could ball, man. He was another cat that could ball his tail up. And then we talking about Ralph Sampson. Remember Ralph Sampson? He got caught up in that game too. Ralph Sampson did too. They all got messed up, man. All of them cats. They all got messed up. John Lucas, Michael Ray Richardson, Len Bias, Ralph Sampson, a whole bunch of dudes, man. Mitchell Wiggins. They was all, John Drew. I remember John Drew. He played for Atlanta. He was a bad boy too. A lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them was just getting caught up in that game, man. And they got messed up. It was the crack era. And first of all, these cats were using cocaine because they had the money. And because back then, only dudes with money could do cocaine. Cocaine was expensive. Only dudes with money could do cocaine. But then when crack came out, man, Ralph had injuries and cocaine issues and baby mama issues. Ralph had he had the trifecta. Ralph had the trifecta. He had the crack. I mean, not crack. He was dealing with cocaine. He was dealing with baby mama issues, and he was dealing with injuries. Ralph had the trifecta, man. He had the trifecta. Now, the other guy that played with Ralph did not have those issues. That was Olajuwon. And the one year that they was both healthy, they went to the finals against Boston, and they lost. But that's when Olajuwon, I think, was a rookie or in his second year. But yeah, my man Ralph had all kind of issues. He had the trifecta. But that was a thing in the 80s. That was a thing, man. It was a big thing. And y'all remember even Reggie Williams? Was it Reggie Williams, right? For Boston. He died of a heart attack on the floor, and they thought it was cocaine related. I don't know what ended up happening with that, but that was another guy. Boston was hit hard. They had Reggie Williams die, and then they had Len Bias die before he had put a uniform on. So was it his second year, Joe Curry? Yeah, I remember he was young, though. It was early in his career. Reggie Lewis, that was his name. Reggie Lewis. That's right. He come out of Washington, D.C., and he played ball in Boston. I think he played for Coach Calhoun that ended up going to UConn, if I'm not mistaken. Reggie Lewis. That's right. That's right. Reggie Lewis. What was the name of that school? He went to a school in Boston, and he played. Was it Northeastern? Yeah, and he played for. I think he played for Jim Calhoun up there, and he was out of DC. And yeah, Reggie Lewis was a baller, but he died of a heart attack. Also, very young. It was bad. Boston got hit a couple of times. Reggie Lewis was a bad man. He was a bad man. And I believe Reggie Lewis went to school with Muggsy, right? It was Reggie. Am I mistaken? Did he go to school with Muggsy Bogues at DeMatha? Eddie Johnson, that was another one. There you go. That's right. Eddie Johnson, who is now the Phoenix broadcaster. He was also dealing with cocaine issues. That's right. Y'all remember David Thompson? He also dealt with cocaine issues. David Thompson was another one. You're right, Belden Block. It was Dunbar. I thought it was DeMatha, but I think you're right. It was Dunbar High School. It was Dunbar High School in Baltimore. That's right. That's right. Y'all right. That's right. They had a team down there. Muggsy played. I think Reggie Lewis played down there. Yep. DT could ball. The dude scored like 81 in one game, man. He was a baller, and he got caught up in the cocaine, and then he got in a fight in a club, messed his back up, and there was. Yep, David Wingate. They had a team at Dunbar at that time. Yes, I would go with Hartenstein most improved this year. I would definitely do that. Otherwise, it would be Jalen Brunson. But I think you got to consider Jalen Brunson an All-NBA and MVP candidate. He may not win the MVP, but he's MVP candidate and definitely All-NBA. If they don't put Jalen Brunson on an All-NBA team, something's really wrong. Something really wrong. So, yes, I would go with Hartenstein most improved this year. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%, Mr. Everhart. That's definitely true. I would go with that. But, yeah, 80s was cocaine problems for everybody. And it hurt the Knicks bad with Michael Ray Richardson because, damn, if he could have stayed clean, man, we had a dude there. We had a baller. Did I miss it, Russell Reed? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I miss? Let me go back. Let me see. I got Keith Blockers. I'm sorry. Where did you come? You must have come before Keith Blocker, Russell Reed. Let me go back up and see if I see it. See if I see it. Man, I got Brooklyn Buddha. Russell Reed, I'm sorry, I must have missed you. Must have been a while ago. There you go. Each of the top three has a weak spot. The Bucks D. That's right. I see you, Russell Reed. I got you. Thank you for the super chat. I found it. No, I got it, Russell Reed. You said each of the teams got a weak spot. Yes, the Bucks defense with Dame Dollar, but even Dow, Lloyd Daniels, that was another one. That's right, Lloyd Daniels is another cat that could ball. He was from New York, too. He could ball. That's another guy. Yep. 80s was tough, man. But as far as the Bucks defense, what's really surprising me about the Bucks, now the season ain't over yet, but I'm surprised Middleton is still playing. I thought Middleton was going to be done by now. And then, of course, I am really surprised that Malik Beasley is playing at the level he's playing at. I'm surprised that Malik Beasley's playing at the level he's playing at. Okay. But that's so if they can continue to keep Middleton and Beasley at that level, then the Bucks have got to be a favorite to take the East, because that's, to me, was their weakness. That was their weakness. They had a documentary on Lloyd Daniels. I never saw that. Lloyd Daniels could ball, man. He never had a chance to play. There was a number of guys, and then it kind of stretched into the 90s. You remember Coleon Young? Coleon Young was another cat that really never got a chance to, to show his stuff. And then there was a guy that played at Seton Hall that was good too. There was I don't remember Booger Smith, but I remember Coleon Young. I remember there was a guy that played at Seton Hall. He got drafted by Houston, didn't make it, not because of talent. It was drugs and stuff, man, messed itself up. A lot of guys got messed up. Buck Williams was a baller. Buck Williams had 1,000 rebounds a year for like 7 straight years, something like that. He had 1,000 rebounds a year for a whole bunch of years, man. This cat, not only was he not into drugs, Buck Williams was in shape every year. He was in like juju shape every year. Buck Williams was that in shape dude. He wasn't the most talented guy, but he was in the league, so he could ball. But I mean, he was a baller though, man. He played for Portland and he played for the Nets, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right? Am I right about that? Who was it that brought up Buck Williams? Nancy Stevens. I know he played for Portland for a number of years, and he played for the Nets. And Buck could ball, and he was in shape every season, and he would get 1,000. He played for the Nets, yeah, and he could get 1,000 rebounds literally every year. Buck Williams, man. Yeah, he played for the Portland and the Nets. He played for the Knicks a little bit. Yeah. Knicks always get these guys at the end of their career. That's what I love about this management we got right now. Past management, but get Buck Williams at the end of his career. Get Paul Westphal when he was finished. Get all these guys at the end of their career. Yeah, but Buck Williams could ball. He could, man. Shoot, he was a workhorse, rebounder galore, man. Really, put in the honest day's work. Talk about workmanlike. That was Buck Williams. Really, really strong guy. Always in shape. 6'8", can rebound with anybody. Yeah. Oh, is that right, Chinky? I didn't know that. Yeah. But Deonte Bannister, one of the many blown first-round picks by the Knicks. Oh, man. Anyway, those are past errors. The crew we got in the front office right now, y'all should be very proud of, especially if you remember all of that. If you remember Michael Ray Richardson, if you remember, when we had Marbury, if you remember, Jeff Lamb, if you remember Deonte Bannister, if you remember the cat from Georgetown that ate his way out of the league, if you remember all of these guys, you should be very, very pleased with your current management system because they got it under control. They're doing really well. You don't need any more players, Knicks Nation. You can stop scouting players now. We got our guys. You can stop scouting. We don't need Brogdon. We don't need DeJounte Murray. We don't need whoever. We good. We good. We really good. We just got to let our guys flow. Got to let them flow. That's all you got to do. Let them flow. That's all you got to do. Now, this week is a very important week. So we got a big game against Portland on Tuesday. And I guess you could call that trap game light, right? You can call it trap game light. The reason I don't want to call it a full trap game, because I respect Portland more than some of the other teams. And I don't think the Knicks, as presently constructed, with all them Villanova boys, they ain't taking Portland lightly. They're not going to sleep on Portland. You're not going to see Jalen Brunson sleep on Portland. You're not going to see Dante put his foot off their neck. You definitely not going to see J Hart do it. And don't let Thibs decide to play Grimy and Deuce. You're going to see them dogs run. So I think we're good against Portland. But if we can beat Portland, and then the big game is coming down in there, Dallas. So we got to see what's up. This could be a big week for us, y'all. Big week for the Knicks. That's right. Let them dogs out and let them run. Because if them thoroughbreds start to run, them greyhounds start to flow, we in good shape. Okay? Mr. Castellano, the mob boss. Thank you for the $5, Mr. Castellano. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yes, they can, Jeff. Yes, they can. Let's remember the cap is going up this year, I think by 10%, right? So the cap is going up by 10%. You're losing $19 million from Evan Fournier. You got the bird rights of OG. He's going to cost you a little more than RJ. RJ is about $27 million, right? Some of y'all can check me on that. So you got that, plus you got to probably add $8 million. So you're going to get $8 million more for OG. He's going to be around $35 million. Then you're going to lose the $19 million that you had from Fournier. You're going to pick up a good 12 to 15 for Hartenstein. You already got Mitch Rob signed. You're good. I think you're good. Y'all follow me? So you don't have RJ's salary. Now you're going to have OG's salary, but that's pretty much a wash. And then you're going to have no more Fournier. And you're going to replace that with a new deal. So you're going to go from $8 million to Hartenstein to probably at the top end 15. So I think you're good. I think you're good. We're not going to worry about the Don and our boy Brock Aller. They ain't messing with this cap. We good, I think, right? I think we good. So this is really an exciting week. So I think we'll be good. $215 million for centers is not a lot of money yet, especially when you got two high level. See, when you can get two high level players that are not complaining about the money, not complaining about the playing time, and bringing you high level play at both ends of the floor, especially defensive end, you will not worry about that. You're going to be good. Okay. And I like Hartenstein starting the way he's playing now because he's not getting hurt. And then you're going to bring in Mitch Rob and you play him 20 minutes, he's not getting hurt. So I think a pretty good situation. Yeah, we might not be able to keep Precious if Mitch Rob comes back. We might not. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is going to be interesting. You might keep Precious and let Jericho Sims go. I don't know. We have to see but that's a problem we don't have to deal with until the summer. See what I'm saying? We have to deal with that till the summer. Right now, you just roll with what you got. Right now, roll with what you got. And you'll be good. You'll be good to go. Yeah, I think they ain't letting Hartenstein walk. Not at all. And I think he'll be very happy between 12 and 15 million. He just got two $8 million deals. And that was the most money he ever made in his life. So now you give him 12 to 15, he's taking that money. And the Don gonna give it to him. So I think we good. I think we good. I'm not worried about Precious. If Precious gets re-signed, it'll be Deuce type money. Right? If Precious gets re-signed, it'll be Deuce type money. That ain't no money at all. That ain't no money. If Precious get re-signed, it'll be something like 3 years, 13 million, just like Deuce. That's no problem. We got really good problems right now. So we don't need to make no trades. Just let these cats run, let these dogs, let these greyhounds hit that track and let them get stretched out. And this week is going to be a big telling week for the Knicks. It's like starting Tuesday against Portland. We win this game at home. Now we got a really big one down there in Dallas. I'm glad there's no back-to-backs this week. So they got Tuesday. They've rested from Washington. They've been home. So they got Tuesday against Portland. Then they got a day off. Then they go down to Dallas on Thursday. Then they got another day off, and they fly from Dallas to Memphis, Tennessee. And so I'm liking the way this is looking for the Knicks. I'm liking the way it's looking right now. So I think we'll be in good shape, y'all. Y'all should be very happy, man. Again, can y'all please stop trying to scout players? We don't need nobody. We stack. We good. Okay. I don't want nobody that we have in our top 9 being traded. We're good. Okay. There's nobody out there that I want to lose one of my 9 guys to get. Nobody. Not Deonte Murray, not Brogdon, not nobody. We're good right now. Okay. I like our spot. Let's just go forward with what we got and let's root for our team, y'all. Let's root. Let's go Knicks. Let's root. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. That's all. Bring that energy. So it looks like 78% of y'all, which is 255 of y'all, say if Philly loses in the second round, which could happen, MB will want out. I think you're right. It's going to be interesting this summer. It's going to be a very interesting summer. Very interesting. Very interesting summer. So we'll see. Okay. But for now, between now and the end of the season, let's let this team roll, man. We good. We good. We good. Loyalty goes a long way with me when I see future value, like I do with Deuce and Grimes. I'm seeing 2 guys on rookie deals. Well, now Deuce has got his $13 million. So when I'm seeing value and performance combined, we good. I'm loyal. You wearing orange and blue, you down. We good. Yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see. What someone said, I heart go no. Hartenstein ain't going nowhere. Hartenstein ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna tell you right now, Hartenstein ain't going nowhere. He's going to be a Knick. He's probably going to be a Knick for after this season, at least the next 2 or 3 seasons, at least. Okay, at least. Yeah, and I'm not paying that high a price to just end up with Embiid and Brunson. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. So no. I'm not letting go of Julius Randle either. I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. Let Julius stay in New York. Let's forget Embiid. Let's move on. But you know what? Again, that's a summer conversation. Let's see how far the Knicks go. Let me ask y'all this question. Here, one more poll question. You ready? Poll question. Are you ready? Here's the poll question. If the Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals this season, are you making a trade this summer? If the Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals this season, are you making a trade this summer for anybody? This is a little bit closer. Okay, so they get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. You got to make an answer. That's either a yes or a no, Luigi. So if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, are you making a trade? If they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, are you making a trade? That's what I want to know. Let's see. 47 votes, 53% said yes, 47% says no. So most of y'all would make a trade. I'm not. If the Knicks get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, I'm not trading nobody. All right, wait a minute. No, you don't have to. That's dumb. No. Most people say no. Wait a minute. Let me change up the question. All right, you ready? I'm going to change the question up for a second. Let me change the question. Here. Here's another question. If the Knicks make the finals this year, are you making a trade? If the Knicks make the finals, are you making a trade? See, to me, if the Knicks make the Eastern Conference Final, not the NBA, if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, that means that the team they now have, which OG is new, Deonte would be relatively new, and everybody else is in there. I'm not trading nobody. Y'all don't understand how important continuity is, man. You bring back the same team. If they get to the ECF, you don't trade nobody. You keep this team, and you keep them together. It's not that tough to me. You keep them together, and you bring Mitch Rob back off the bench. That's the only thing you're going to change. You might lose Precious, but that's it. That's it. I'm not trading nobody. If I get to the East, never mind the finals. If I get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm not trading nobody. I'm keeping this team just like it is. Just like it is. Yep. All right. My wife is calling me. We got some things to do. I gotta go. It'll have fun with y'all. Always have fun. She did 718. She did, and you don't mess with no Boricua. When Boricua say, it's time. It's time. So, y'all enjoy. I could talk to y'all about basketball all day. You know this. But I want to thank all of y'all that came on the channel today. We had fun. Y'all put up a whole bunch of likes for your boy. I'm very happy about that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all y'all that came in the room. All of the people that came in and was adding to the conversation. All of y'all, my man Jose, Luigi, all of y'all was bringing up AA. All y'all was bringing up. Thank you so much. Everhart, Jabronzi, Dripmore. I'm going to the February 14th game against the Knicks. Yeah, I'm going to the February 14th game. Just telling you, I'm going to the February 14th game, Orlando against the Knicks. I'm gonna be there at that one. Yeah, the February game. Yeah, but anyway, y'all enjoy yourselves today. Please be safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. Let's get this next win. And I want Orlando and Miami to lose. Shalom.